welcome to Big Edition of Black Star Vinyl's 50 Subs Contest. Let's see if we can get this on the camera. Flyer sweats anyway, I don't know. Let's get to this. So why am I wearing a Hamilton Tiger Cat mask? Well, Rob just did a contest entry for Farley's contest and he had a playoff beard already. Looked pretty sharp. So I figured I'd dress up for this contest. So anyway, this is a one-off. His contest is like to have 8+ one album wonders or one album and then they disappear deals. So go Canucks! Go! Go Canucks! Anyway, I got to get through these quickly. I want to play a sample, so a lot of these are pretty obscure. So there's number one. And I have a special guest here too, but I'll let him in on the action later. This from Vancouver, Vancouver's very own Chrome. Saw them live. They were great. They were super loud though in this small venue. That was the only bad part. So it's just a point where loud, so loud. But this song's called Turn It Up of all things. But there's your Headpins Turn It Loud type cover. Gotta worry about the copyright thing, so that's why I'll keep turning it up and down, but all albums like that, but I've got to get through these. So let's play a little sample of every one I'm going to show. But there's Chrome. Recommend that album. Here's another one, a spin-offs. I have this on my iPod, so when I'm going for a bike ride, I just cranked this the other day. I only have a few albums on my iPod, and this is one of them. This guy's a great, only album that I found out. I checked on Discogs, that's the longest I've ever been on Discogs was today for 5 or 10 minutes of my life, so I really don't know how it works, but I tried. Maybe these guys have other albums out, I don't know, the ones I'm showing, but I did my best. Every song's basically like that. It's a phenomenal album. Yeah, you asked for requests, or you wanted people to say albums that you would recommend to you. That's spin-offs, and that's a little more punky style. This one might be more down your alley. The Daggers, I think they're from Calgary, home of the friggin' Calgary Stampeders who beat the Lions the other day, but Tear It to Pieces, the album. But this is all the way through, this is a fantastic album. Let's get I'll cheat. I'd want to play this whole album, but like this riff, you don't like rock and roll. Simple as that. But the whole album's but let's move on. Sorry, but
starting today, the option is available to those
news on there's another Canadian band. I'm not sure where they're from. Haven't looked at this for a few years, but Black Hour. The album's called Rebellion. It's only 3 or 4 songs on here, if I recall. Andrew W.K. is involved with this, and somehow I know that name. I don't know if he was a Phase One Studios. I wonder if that's Triumph Studio. I don't know. 2002. Here we go! cheat and give another sample. Oh, that's a taste of them. Sorry. Entering this contest at the last second because I thought there was no way I'd even find more than a couple that it would fill this contest, but I did. Rage of Angels is the one that you listed that's a 10 out of 10 album that's phenomenal, but these guys I saw, I went to a CFL game in Toronto at the Sky Dome, and these guys are playing outside the building, outside the dome, so I thought, wow, these guys sound pretty good, and then luckily we hadn't eaten yet, so my wife, we walked over, got something to eat, and then I got to stand and watch the band while we eat, but got to interview these guys on my radio show too, but this is like 2004 or 5. Might be more down the alley of the Vinyl Potatoes channel, but I know I'm cheating. I'm playing more than one, but I love that whole album. This one, ooh, I pulled this out of the hat. Some Action's the name of the band. It's an EP, Canadian. Haven't played this for a long time. There's only 5 songs on it. I recall it being good, but and I'm sure I played some of the songs on the radio show, so no disc, it's not playing. Oh, come on. Fanciest disc and it won't go in. It won't go in. Okay, we'll skip them. Okay, fine. Here's to my hometown. Well, where I live now, I'm a Vancouverite, but Hard Rock Carousel. These guys are really good live. Even came with a sticker. This CD better play. I love this expression. I gotta cheat. Just one more. The car might be the faster one. Anyway, one of the few true heavy metal hard rock bands that this town's ever had that I saw. Well, more popular was the more black metal, death metal, heavier stuff, but the true classic hard rock. This Surefire Machine, I believe they're Canadian too. I haven't looked at this album for ages. Toronto's mentioned here, recorded in Toronto. So there you go, Noise Spectrum in Philadelphia. Well, that's how it starts. But anyway, track 3. about the copyright. Here, we'll skip a little bit ahead so you can hear the lyrics. Oh, there's an idea that's more of a Motorhead sounding deal, I guess, but and here's the band I brought to Prince George. Their only album. They're really fun live, real AC/DC style guitarist playing. He's on his back, lying on the ground, spinning around and doing the AC/DC type. Not a copy of an AC/DC, but he had the Angus kind of energy, so it's phenomenal to watch live. This is a 6-song. I love this album. We just want to rock. We just want to roll. Every song's about rocking too. It's funny. The lyrics are great. Well, there's a taste of that. 2 more. This one, I think they're from Nova Scotia. I wish they had more albums out. This one, I could tell just from the cover. When I first saw it, I went, well, okay, there's like a fast Eddie Clark look if I ever saw it. This whole album is excellent. Sound quality is really good. And I apologize if it's distorting because this mic I'm using is kind of broken, and the last 2 videos I've done, it's been distorted. So I'm hoping this one won't be. Let's. There we go. Good test here. You hear the lyrics, so you hear the sing. But anyway, the whole album's good. Some of the lyrics are a little kind of naughty, but what do you expect? And the last one's kind of a, I hope it's not a one-off deal, but they did a song, 1 song on here on this album, new, but it's tons of, well, Brian Vollmer from Helix, Lee Aaron is on here, Nick Walsh of Moxie, Carl Dixon of Coney Hatch, Darby Mills of the Headpins and / the Darby Mills Project now, and Sean Kelly. They redid some Helix song, a Helix song. Well, they each did. You look at the track listing. They do it on. That's Kickaxe's Heavy Metal Love. Yeah, Kickaxe. Here's Metal Queen. But here's the song they did, Metal on Ice. Perfect name for a Canadian song. That does it for the big show. Say goodbye, Rob.